Right, so we're now going to do our literacy. So having a think about the story we were reading, which was called, hands up, Sam?
The storm whale.
The storm whale. Let's go through the story on the board. So, Noi lived with how many cats? Six cats. And his dad went off to fish. That was his job, wasn't it, to fish? But while he was out, there was a big storm. And the storm went through all the night, didn't it? All through the night. And in the morning, Noi got up, and what did he decide to do? What did he do in the morning? Yeah, he went for a walk, didn't he? Where did he go for a walk to, Sam?
The seaside.
To the seaside, definitely. What did he see, Jessica, while he was there?
He saw a baby whale.
He saw a baby whale. So, what did he decide to do, Hazel? What did he do with the whale?
In the bath.
Yep, he took it home, didn't he? And he put it in the bath. Now, did Noi tell anyone about this? No, he kept it a secret, so he had to be really quiet and not tell anyone about the whale in the bath. He even snuck it some supper, some dinner, didn't he? So he had some little fish to eat. And he sat there and he told the whale some stories. But then his dad found out, and was he angry? No, his dad was actually quite happy, wasn't he?
I'm quite confused.
He was a bit confused, and he did think, oh dear, maybe Noi is a bit lonely. But they decided that it was really important. What do they need to do with the whale? Take it back to the sea where it lived. So they took the whale back to the sea, and they released it. And what did Noi think when he released the whale? Yes.
He saw the whale again.
He hoped to see the whale again.
And he did.
Maybe one day he would see it again. So that's our story that we've read here, the storm whale. Now I want you to have a think about when Noi would see the whale again. Jessica, can you sit nicely? So, today we're going to be starting to plan the next part of the story. What happened next? What happened the next time that Noi met the whale? So can you close your eyes for me and have a think. What did he do? Was the whale washed up again? Did he go hunting for the whale? Did he go on his dad's fishing boat looking for the whale? Don't want to see your hands up at the moment. Just have a think through. Have a think. What happened when he met the whale again? Did something good happen? Did something bad happen? How did he solve it? Have a think about your storyline that you've got in your head at the moment. Is it an interesting one? Yeah. Is it something you'd like to write a book about? Or do you think if I picked it up I'd think, oh, there's nothing much going on here? Is it a really gripping storyline? So, open your eyes please. Let's have a few of your ideas. Let's go around one by one. So make sure you've got your idea in your head. Put your hands down, everyone's going to have a turn. Austin, what was your idea? You can't remember. Keep thinking, we'll move on to Max. What was your idea?
My idea was he met the whale again.
He met the whale again at another place, did he?
Yeah.
Was it another beach, or where was it?
Beach.
At the beach. So he went back to the beach and he met the whale. And what did he do with the whale? What happened?
He was still in the sea.
He was still in the sea. Did anything interesting happen then?
Yeah.
Go on then, what happened? can't remember. Have a think about that. So you've got a good setting that you met him again at the beach, but nothing's happened. At the moment, this is how the story goes. Noi walked back down to the beach and he saw the whale. The end.
No,
No.
he
Go on
had
then.
a picnic.
They had a picnic. Lovely.
Yeah, I
So-
said that at the same time.
Here you go. This is a picnic blanket. He went for a picnic with the whale. Lovely. Sam, have you got an idea of what happened in your next bit? That's Max's one, so you don't have to worry about Max's one.
I don't know.
You don't know. Have another think. Jessica.
That he went to, he said I went in the pool.
He went to a pool. So far, this is how Jessica's stories. You are. This is how Jessica's is going at the moment. Noah woke up one morning, and it was a weekend. He didn't have to go to school. He thought, oh, it's quite warm today. It was now summer. It wasn't winter anymore. There was no more storms. So he snuck off downstairs, spoke to his dad, and they decided to go to the swimming pool. But when they got to the swimming pool, it was shut. And why was it shut?
Because there were sharks in there.
There were sharks in there. I wasn't expecting that. I thought there was going to be a whale in there. But that is a good start to your story. James, have you got any ideas?
He went to space.
That is cool. So far,
And he went to Jupiter.
and Jupiter. I am so excited to read James's one now. I think straight away,
And mine.
and yours, but James's has really gripped me. Because I thought, wow, what is a whale doing in space?
Actually,
Yeah.
it's, as it turns out, it is a pufferfish.
There's a pufferfish as well.
And pufferfish.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What has happened? Has there been an alien invasion? Why are they there? I want to know. So this is a really gripping story. Yes, Austin.
My idea
Yeah.
is the whale went to a planet. It's called a balloon.
Balloon. So Austin has magpied James' idea about going to space, but then added to it by making his own planet. What kind of shape? What shape is balloon?
A banana shape.
A banana shape. So here is planet Gloom, and did they take the whale to Gloom?
Yes.
Or did they
the
meet?
whale turns into an alien.
So it's now an alien whale. That is pretty cool. How many eyes does an alien whale have?
5.
I drew 5. That was good. Right. Anyone else have an idea they wanted to share? Jessica, you adding to your idea. So he went to the pool. He found a shark.
And then he went in the pool and wanted to swim with the shark, and I was holding onto his thing.
So Noi went into the pool to swim with the shark, maybe
And he was holding on the thing.
holding onto the fin, and then maybe the whale came and joined them.
And then the shark said, "Oh, golly gosh, what are you doing?"
He said, "Golly gosh, what are you doing?" Golly gosh. Yes, Max. Adding to your picnic. So you like the idea of him going to space as well, but you're going to space on a motorbike. Awesome. So it starts off with a picnic.
Yep.
And then a motorbike comes, and they get on the motorbike, and then they fly to space.
Yep.
Whew, that is a gripping story.
And then fly to every planet.
Every planet. So they go for a little tour, do they?
Yeah.
Yes, Austin. So yours, with this one on your planet, what's happening over here now?
Then the planet exploded.
Oh my goodness, there's a big explosion on this planet.
Next the whale has gone to Earth.
And then they go back to Earth. I'm going Hazel, have you got any ideas you wanted to share? You're not sure yet? Isaac, have you got any ideas yet? Okay. So, can you see how sharing our ideas has helped us to make our stories even better? Because at first, we just wanted to stay where we were comfortable. Can you put your hand down for a second? We wanted to stay where we were comfortable. We thought, it's going to be at the beach again. We'll stay there, we'll be comfortable there. But then, after we thought, maybe we could have a picnic on the beach, then we thought, right, let's go even bigger. Let's go to space. And our story is getting bigger and bigger, and then more interesting things are happening. There's motorbikes, there's sharks now at the pool. Can you see how when you think about your story, you can make it more interesting by listening to other people's ideas and being inspired by it? Yes, James?
I think I know what to add to my story.
Well, keep that in your head. Keep your stories in your head now. I don't need to know any more. I don't want to know what happens at the end, because it's going to be a big surprise. So, we're going to have a go at writing these stories, but first we need to plan them out. Because if Max had just sat down today to write his story, he would have written, Noi went to the beach, and he saw a whale. The end. And that would have been all your story would be. And if Jessica had just written her story today and not planned it, it would have been, Noi went to the swimming pool. The end. And they wouldn't have been very interesting stories, would they? So that's why we need to use our planning sheets to help us to build our story up and to build our ideas and get the best story we can. Now, I've been reading a few of the stories that the other people I know class at home have been writing. Some of their ideas are amazing. We've got one going to theme parks. Got them going all over the place. We've got aliens, we've had dinosaurs. Thomas is taking the whale to Catland. How cool is that? So, you are allowed to change your idea if you think, actually, I don't want to take them to the pool, although I love your pool idea. If you want to change your idea, don't have to go to space, you can. Okay? So, having a look at that sheet that we have, this has laid out, can you see it look like this? Yep. At the top it says story planner, and this is where we're going to plan our story. So the first one says introduction. What do you think introduction means? Hands up. You remind everyone to sit on their chairs nicely. Hands up if you can tell me what an introduction is. Anyone? Yes, James?
How to make the story.
Yeah, how to start the story. That's what we have at the very beginning. Yes, Max? That's lovely. But we need to think of how to nicely start a story. So the first thing that I've written, and these are just little points to help us, is introduce the main characters. So who are your main characters? Noi. So you can write this down. You've got Noi. Any other main characters in your stories? Yes, James.
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Can you write down Jupiter for me? Make sure you're sounding it out. Yes. What are you trying to write? Is yours going to Jupiter now as well? No. Where's yours going?
Mine is going to the rainbow tanner party.
A rainbow party. So you can sound out rainbow. So start with rain. Yes. Go on, then you write that down. Already our ideas are developing. We've got them going to Dinosaur Land, Thomas the Tank Engine World, all over the place. Now, of course, we've got Noi. Who else do we definitely have, Austin? Who will we all have in our story? The whale. Well done. I'm going to write down whale for you as well.
This does not have the whale.
What does, you got the R? Where's A? Have a look on here. Which one says A?
Might come in now.
Which one has a picture?
Whale. And
Yeah, that's A. So A. Yes.
The tank is in.
Lovely. Have you written down whale? Well done. Where's yours going, Austin?
Missile. Missile.
Yours going to space.
Missile.
Can you write down space?
Missile. I think I've done it.
Perfect, well done. Okay, so the next question, we've written down our main characters. You need to put where the story is going to take place. Is your story going to begin taking place on the beach? Is it going to take place at the pool? Is it taking place in a spaceship? You need to do the setting, which is where it's taking place. Keep writing it in that top box. Max, have a look. Make sure you're writing it here at the top, in this top box, so under where you've put your characters.
Okay.
I think I'm going to magpie Thomas's idea, and mine's going to take place at Catland. Please don't copy mine if you're not doing Catland. Please write your own place. Wherever it's taking place, you need to write it in that top box. Where's your signature? You need to write dinosaur down. Kangaroo land? That sounds
She
great.
wants to write panda, but she can't.
Panda, right, what does it begin with?
Dad.
Purr. You've done a purr, what's the next sound? Yeah? Panda. Panda.
Dad.
Let's have a look.
Big
Lovely.
Big. Yeah.
Just check everyone up here has done this. Lovely. Have you finished, Jessica? What are you trying to write at the moment? Pool. Go on then. Pool.
And I lost
Huh? Yeah, pufferfish would be a main character if you got that pufferfish there. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the next box. And the next box is the build-up. So imagine your story is...
Like mine.
The story is bubbling up. This is where it's getting really interesting. I don't want you to write the big thing that happens yet. Just what's happening on the way. On the way to it happening. So, it says, develop the characters in the setting and the points that lead up. So, if at Catland I was going to introduce the whale to the king of cats, my build-up may be the journey that I went there, and then people saying, oh no, you don't want to go see the king of cats, he's quite scary. So you're thinking about the build-up, you're not thinking about the big thing that happens, the build-up. So what happens on the way? What happens on the way?
I saw them.
That does sound good. That does sound good. If you would like to draw it instead of writing it, you may. Yes.
I know.
Go on then. Yeah.
And goes on and then it transforms into a spaceship.
Go on.
I used to have a balloon there on the floor flying.
So, I'm going to magpie Jessica's idea to show you. Jessica's idea, on her way to the pool, they're going to float on a balloon. So I'm going to write Luna. And
Mrs.
I'll come to you in a second. And Jessica said that they're floating on the balloon. So I'm going to draw the balloon and have Noi floating on it. Once you've done that, can you put your pencil in the air so I can see? So what's happening in yours? You don't need to copy each other because your stories are all different. What are you putting for yours then, Austin? Pardon? Perfect. Jumping on what? Snail? Do you know what? I love Austin's one. Let me tell you Austin's one. Let me share it. Maybe there's something you may like to magpie. Austin's one, because in Austin's one they're going to his planet. I'm going to write the word stars. Stars. And the reason I've written stars is to get to his planet, they're having to jump up the stars. So they're using the stars as stepping stones and bouncing along, which I think is really cool. Yes, Max.
And then Lloyd found the catsuit.
There you go. Write that down. Yes.
And my catsuit. The spaceship is walking and he's having lunch in it.
Having lunch, yeah?
And then they see the solar.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Right. Now another thing to think about is developing your character. So you may have already developed the setting. So like Austin's, his setting is starting to develop because he's thinking about the stars in the setting. He's thinking about what he can see around there. Maybe you're thinking about what they're using to go on this journey. But something we need to think about is the characters.
Yep.
So, if a character is turning up in this part of your story, you need to write it down or draw them. But also how they're feeling. If I was Noi, and I was in Austin's story, jumping from star to star, trying to get to this new planet, I'd be so excited. So, I think I draw a really excited face, because I'd be so excited. But, I probably would be a little bit worried, because I've never jumped between the stars before. So I'd like you to have a go at drawing one face for how someone's feeling and have a go at writing one word about how they're feeling. I'm going to write worried. Well, but maybe they're feeling happy, sad, have a think.
Diamond glasses.
So they're feeling cool, are they?
Whistle.
Yeah.
Scared.
Scared, well done.
Look. This button.
Stop.
This one happy.
Off.
Like the sucker.
Lovely. You go sit down and have a look at them. Lovely. So do one face and one word, please. Yeah.
Can you do 2 words?
You can do 2 words, of course you can. Yeah, lovely. Surprise!
Whistle. How do you do that?
Like.
Look. No, not yikes.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Oh, this could be good. You could do a speech bubble, couldn't you? I'm going to write back one of these stars and show you, Jessica. Yeah. Yikes. It's got a split diagraph in it. And you could put it in a speech bubble. Maybe that's what's going to happen, what's going to be said at that point. Can you see it on there in the speech bubble? Yikes! What a great idea, Jessica. Maybe if you've got space, you can have a speech bubble. Hello.
And we're ready to watch it when you want.
Lovely, thank you.
Done.
Perfect. Okay, so we've really thought about the beginning of that story. And what we're going to do tomorrow is see how we can build upon this. What is the big thing that happens? I want you to have the rest of the day to think about this, because maybe you'll be there tonight thinking about your literacy and think, whoa, wouldn't it be so cool if this happened in my story? So I'm going to give you some time to think about it and maybe develop it a little bit more. Can you now put your blue books back in your trays, and then we're going to line up for assembly.